What you saw just then were examples of time blending. In this video, I'll show you guys how I do a time blend using a quick and easy method in Photoshop called channel masking. This can save you a lot of time if you're creating this type of image, and the same technique can be applied to compositing and sky replacements as well. For those who don't know, a time blend is the process of combining a bunch of photographs taken at the same spot over a short course of time and then merged together digitally. What this allows you to do is capture an entire spectrum of events in one image, from sunsets to blue hour, city lights and car trails.
We're going to start off in Lightroom. Now, I've got my images here. These were taken in a town called Omish in Croatia, about 30 minutes from Split. And you see I've got two images. One's taken at 9:25 p.m. and you've got really nice color in the sky, but the lights in the city are off. And the second image is taken just under 20 minutes after at 9:43, and we've got really nice city lights, however the sky is overexposed. We're going to open these in Photoshop. Got both images now in the one file. As you can see, there are two separate layers here. And to start on this mask, we're going to look for the layer that has the most contrast between the sky and the foreground. In this case, this will be a background or one of the city light images. We're going to go into the Channels tab. What we're looking for here between these red, green and blue layers is the layer with the most contrast and definition between the sky and the foreground. Red layer will probably be the best, and the reason for that is we've got a nice definition between the mountains. The left side's a bit grey, but we can fix that up later. We're going to drag that into the new layer button just here. And you see now we have red copy. We're going to work on this now by increasing the contrast. We're going to start with the levels tool. We're just going to grab the white point and drag that in, and also the black point and drag that in. We're going to find a good balance between the two. We're starting to see good contrast and definition in the mountain range on the right, but the left hand side requires a bit more work, so I'm going to push it as much as we can. If we push the white too far, we'll lose some definition in the horizon on the left hand side. Now we're going to grab the brush tool, set to overlay mode, and what this does is we can brighten up the white or light parts, and if you paint over here you can see that it's not going over the black section. I'm going to just go over the areas that need more definition, switching between black and white like so. And at any time you can also just switch to normal mode with the thicker brush and just paint over the other areas to give us a complete mask. Let's have a look at this part. A tip, you can hold shift to draw a straight line with the brush tool as well if you need to. Alright, that's looking pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect, we can adjust this afterwards. Now, once you finish with the mask, you're going to click out of red copy by clicking RGB, unselecting the red copy or the duplicated layer, back to RGB, and then back into layers. Now we have to apply the mask that we've just created onto this sky, so we can have the sky up here along with the foreground and the lights. To do that, we're going to go back into channels. We're going to hold Control and click on the mask we've just made. Now, when you do this, you'll be able to see little marching ants along the horizon line. Go back into layers and click this little button down here, add new layer mask. And that's going to apply the mask that we created before onto our sky layer. And as you can see, there's a bit of a difference in color temperature between the sky and the foreground. The sky's quite warm and the foreground below is quite cool. We're going to make changes to each layer to, I guess, make them fit together a bit better. And we're going to start by perhaps brightening up the sky here with the levels tool. We're just going to pull the white point up, and a handy tip is you can hold Alt while you do this to see where the colors clip, which we obviously don't want. So about here is good. Click OK. And we might actually warm up the foreground a bit to match the sky. So we're going to via color balance with a bit of red and a little bit of yellow as well. It's looking much better already, isn't it? However, as you can notice, the horizon, the mountain ridge on the left, is still a bit sharp. The colors don't quite mix there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a soft paintbrush and paint over this portion to bring back a little bit more of that color from the sky. We're not actually modifying, we're not damaging anything in the files, we're modifying the mask that's been applied to layer number 1. We can actually paint with white to uncover the reflections in the river. So this is showing a portion of the image from our sky layer. You can continue to make adjustments to the image by painting with white or black on the mask, using the principle that if you paint with black, it blocks portions of the image from the selected layer from showing, and if you paint with white, it allows it through. And this is my final image, using a bunch of channel masks with different layers. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.